पादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्तवृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्तवृंद वंदे गुरुनीश भक्तानीशानीशवतारकान् तत्प्रकाशान् तत्शक्ति कृष्ण चैतन्य संज्ञकम् वंदे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद सहोदितौ गौरदये पुष्पवनतौ चित्रौ सन्दौ तमोनुदौ ग्रंथिरारंभकोरि मंगलाचरण गुरु वैष्णव भगवान तीनेरा स्मरण होय विघ्न विनाशन अनयास सफल निज वांछिता पुरन जय जय कृपामय जगतिरनाथ सर्वजगतिरकुरु शुभ दृष्टिपात हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे आजानुलंबित भुजौ कनकावदातौ संकीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायताक्षौ विश्वम्बरद्विजवरो युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Caitanya Caritamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 6, entitled The Glories of Lord Advaita Acharya. Advaita Harinadvaita Acharyam Bhakti Samshanad Bhakta Avataramisham Tam Advaita Acharyam Ashraye. So in this particular um, set of verses, we are talking about how the bhakti bhav or the mood of servitorship is present in all the rasas. And Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is giving multiple examples, multiple pramans or proofs to prove that point. So we talked about the gopis of Raja, we talked about Krishna's parent, we talked about Krishna's friends, we talked about the Rukmini, Kalindi, Lakshmana, etc. So now we are at text 76. आनेर की कथा बलदेव महाशय यार भाव शुद्ध साख्या वात्सल्यादिमय. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. What to speak of others, even Lord Baladev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is full of emotions like pure friendship and paternal love. Purport. Although Lord Baldev appeared before the birth of Lord Sri Krishna and is therefore Krishna's worshipable elder brother, he used to act as Krishna's eternal servitor. In the spiritual sky, all the Vaikuntha planets are predominated by the quadruple expansions of Krishna known as Chaturvyuha. They are direct expansions from Baladev. It is a singularity of the Supreme Lord that everyone in the spiritual sky thinks himself a servitor of the Lord. According to the social convention, one may be superior to Krishna, but factually, everyone engages in his service. Therefore, in the spiritual sky or the material sky, in all the different planets, no one is able to supersede Lord Krishna or demand service from him. On the contrary, everyone engages in the service of the Lord Krishna. As such, the more a person engages in the service of Lord Krishna, the more he is important. And conversely, the more one is bereft of the transcendental service of Krishna, the more he invites the bad fortune of material contamination. Wow. In the material world, although materialists want to become one with God or compete with God, everyone directly or indirectly engages in the service of the Lord. The more one is forgetful of the service of Krishna, the more he is considered to be dying. Uh, Therefore, when one develops pure Krishna consciousness, he immediately develops the eternal servitorship to Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Poli Mataji, Basati Mataji, and Ruby Mataji for joining. Very, very beautiful verse. So, parental moods, rasa, sakya rasa, then madhuri rasa. But here we're talking about Lord Baladev. Lord Baladev is known to serve in all the rasas. Shuddha, Sakya, Vatsalya, Adi. Adi means etc. So Sakya, Vatsalya, Adi. He has all the moods. What to speak of others? Anera ki katha. Baladev Mahashaya. Even Baladev is aspiring to become Krishna's servant. It's a very, very beautiful verse. And the more, Prabhupada mentions so beautifully here, the more one serves Krishna, the more that person is important in the eyes of God. And the more one is bereft of the transcendental service to Krishna, the more he invites the bad fortune of material contamination. The more one gets closer to death, the more one is getting trapped in the clutches of Maya, the more one is aloof from Krishna. Bhuliya tomar samsare vitar. Krishna bhuli sei jivam anadir bahirmukhate maya tare de samsara. Forgetting Krishna means inviting misery. Remembering Krishna means the solution to everything. So, Lord Baldev is also teaching us that mood to serve Krishna, to be aspiring for his lotus feet. That's the mood. Any comments anyone has here? Okay, I'll read next verse. Anyone wants to read text 77? Anyone is in a position to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I read?
Yes.
Hare Krishna devotee, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Text 77. Teno apanake karen dasa bhavana, Krishna dasa bhava vinu ache ko na jana. Translation by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. He also considers himself a servant of Lord Krishna. Indeed, who is there who does not have this conception of being a servant of Lord Krishna? Back to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Still referring to Baldev or Balramji. Krishna Dasa Bhava Venu Ache Kona Janam. So beautiful. Kaun jan hai jo Krishna Das Bhava Venu, without. So, in short, in spiritual circle, everyone is serving Krishna. Even as Prabhupada mentions, here, this is others are, worshipping. Everyone is worshipping Krishna in the right way. Those who are doing with the bhakti understanding. Those who don't have the bhakti understanding, they're doing it maybe in the wrong way, thinking themselves as God, thinking the goal of life is to, get more and more material resources and things like that. We're all looking for Krishna. Some know it, some don't know, because Krishna means Purna happiness, like Purna Ananda. He is the source of all happiness. Mm. It's the source of all pleasures, source of all joy. Text 78. Anyone wants to read this?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes, ma'am.
Hare Krishna. সহস্র বদনে দেহ শেষ সংকর্ষণ দশ দেহ ধরি করে কৃষ্ণের সেবন. Translation. He who is Sesh Shankarshana with his thousands of mouths serves Sri Krishna by assuming 10 forms.
There you go. This is a great reference. This we share, but mentioned multiple times. From time immemorial, Ananta Shesha, there's an expansion of Balaramji. From time immemorial, from thousands and thousands of mouths, Sahasra Vadani. He is doing what? Sahasra Vadane Shesha Shankarshan. He is glorifying. He's glorifying Krishna. What does he do? He also is serving Krishna by his mouth. So we can use all our senses in the service. Someone cannot say, well, I can't recite verses. Krishna has given us mouth, Krishna has given us hands, Krishna has given us eyes, nose, ears, right? Legs, intelligence, the money we earn, right? The children, the family, the home. You can use this in Krishna's service in all the aspects. I think I've covered this point multiple times, so all of you know very well how to use all these senses, right? All the senses can be used in Krishna's service. Anything and everything can be used in Krishna's service, whether animate or inanimate, right? And anything and everything can also be used in Maya's service, right? Like speech, internet, laptop, car. We can use it to do wrong things too, right? Like criticizing others, speaking bad about others, or gossiping. Internet, laptop, we all know it can be used. It has more negative use than good use, right? Same with our hands, we can do harm to others, and we can serve Krishna, right? So same with the money, it can be used to cause harm, and it can be used to do good. It all it's a matter of careful choice. So one must choose very wisely. And it's all about moment by moment choices we make, affects our destination. Any thoughts, comments anyone has here? Yes, Shurma Mataji, you can read the next one. 79.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. অনন্ত ব্রহ্মাণ্ডে রুদ্র সদা শিবের অংশ গুণবতার দেব সর্বদেব অবতংশ. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Rudra, who is an expansion of Sadashiv and who appears in unlimited universe, is also a Gunavatar qualitative incarnation and is the ornament of all the demigods in the endless universal. Purport. I'm trying to make it bigger. There are 11 expansions of Rudra or Lord Shiva. They are as follows: Ajaikapat, Ahibhadna, Virupaksha, Raivata Hara Bahurupa, Deva Devashrestha, Trayambaka, Savitra, Jayanta, Pinaki, and Aparajita. Besides these expansions, there are 8 forms of Rudra called Earth, Water, Fire, Air, Sky, the Sun, the Moon, and Somayaji. Generally, all these Rudras have 5 faces, 3 eyes, and 10 arms. Sometimes it is found that Rudra is compared to Brahma and considered a living entity. But when Rudra is explained to be a partial expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is compared to Shesha. Lord Shiva is therefore simultaneously an expansion of Lord Vishnu and, in his capacity for annihilating the creation, one of the living entities. As an expansion with Tamoguna, he appears in the Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto. It is stated that lost the place. Okay. As an expansion of Lord Vishnu, he is called Hara, and he is transcendental to the material qualities. But when he is in touch with Tamoguna, he appears contaminated by the material modes of nature. This is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam and the Brahma Samhita. In Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, it is stated that Lord Rudra is always associated with the material nature when she is in the neutral and manifested state, but when the modes of material nature are agitated, he associates with material nature from a distance. In the Brahma Samhita, the relationship between Vishnu and Lord Shiva is compared to that of between milk and yogurt. Milk is converted into yogurt by certain additives, but although milk and yogurt have the same ingredients, they have different functions. Similarly, Lord Shiva is an expansion of Lord Vishnu, yet because of his taking part in the annihilation of the cosmic manifestation, he is considered to be changed, like milk converted into yogurt. In the Puranas, it is found that Shiva appears sometimes from the heads of Brahma and sometimes from the head of Vishnu. The annihilator Rudra is born from Shankarsana and the ultimate fire to burn the whole creation. In the Vayu Puran, there is a description of Sadashiv in one of the Vaikuntha planets. That Sadashiv is a direct expansion of Lord Krishna's form for pastimes. It is said that Sadashiv, Lord Shambhu, is an expansion from the Sadashiv in the Vaikuntha planets, Lord Vishnu, and that his consort Mahamaya is an expansion of Ramadevi or Lakshmi. Mahamaya is the origin or birthplace of material nature. Back to you, Prabhuji. One question.
Hare Krishna. So from Lord Baladev, we move to Lord Shiva or Rudra, right? So this verse talks about the position of Lord Shiva. He is also a guna avatar, Satagun, Rajagun, Tamagun, and also the expansion of Sadashiva. So he has a unique position, Shiva Tattva. Rudranam Shivosmi. There is amongst all the Rudras, Krishna says, I am Shiva. There are the 11 Rudras. This example of milk and yogurt comes multiple times. It's the Lord Vishnu, and it comes in touch with the material mode. That aspect of Lord Vishnu is Shiva. Milk converted into yogurt. So, and even Mahamaya is expansion of the wife of Shiva, is expansion of the wife of Narayana or Vishnu or Lakshmi. So we'll see in the next verse. Teno karena Krishnera dasya pratyasha Nirantara kahe Shiva, moi Krishna dasa. So beautiful. He also desires only to be a servant of Lord Krishna. Sri Sadashiv always says, I am the servant of Lord Krishna. This is our real identity, my dear friends. Moi Krishna das. Chaitanya das moi, Chaitanya das, Chaitanya das moi, dasiranu das. I'm the eternal servant of Krishna. Even Lord Shiva is saying this. All these, Lord Balaram, Lord, Sri Rukmini Devi, Kalindi, Lakshmana, all the other gopis, all the other wives of queens of Krishna. Like here only the chief names are mentioned. Right? If the chief names are doing that, what to speak of the subordinate or the other secondary ones. So all are aspiring to be Krishna's Das, Mohit Krishna Das. Jivira Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das. This should be our identity. One time, Srila, the quick story about one person came to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj and said that um, that I want to take initiation from you. I want to become your disciple. He was very nice, qualified like spiritually qualified person. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj said, What's your identity? Who are you? What? So if someone asks us that question, we'll say, "Oh, I work for this company. Oh, I am, masters or bachelors in this, or I live in Tampa, or I live in New York, or I have a family, or I am material designations, engineer, doctor, lawyer." He simply wrote, Guru Das Aim or Parichay. I'm the servant of my Guru. That is my identity. Guru's servant, Krishna's servant. Without serving Guru, we can't serve Krishna. Without serving Krishna, we can't serve Guru. They're both same in that sense. So, Lord Shiva, this is something, at least we can remember this line, Moi Krishna Das. Nirantar kahe Shiva, Moi Krishna Das. Not just once, again and again reminding us. He's reminding whom? He's reminding for us. Great souls are always cognizant of this fact. The moment we forget where Krishna Das, problem will come. The moment we forget we are servant, problem will come. If we always remember, Nirantar kahe Shiva, Moi Krishna, if we always remember, that person will have no problem. Right? Any examples? Problem happens when we try to become the Lord, the proprietor, the enjoyer. I am better. I'm better than this Mataji. I'm better than this Prabhu. I sing nicely. I cook nicely. She doesn't cook so nicely, right? Then we start offending, and we start, familiarity breeds contempt. All these things may creep up. Why? We forget. Moi Krishna Das. Then we think, oh, Moi Krishna Prabhu. Maybe I'm Das, but I'm a better Das. So Das, 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 Anudas. This is the mood. If you always remember that, Nirantar kahe Shiva, Moi Krishna Das. I'm the servant, Moi Krishna Das. Any thoughts, comments on this topic?
Hare
Mood.
Krishna.
Yes,
Wonderful.
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhupada. So, which this text 79, as you discussed, is the It is very deep, Prabhuji, and Rudra Tattva and Shiva Tattva, Sadashiv. So I heard Pran Govinda Prabhuji's class where he explained, and what I remember is Sadashiv is totally transcendental. As we read here, that it's when the expansion, Shiva's expansion from Lord Vishnu, the Rudra Tattva, it's in between the material world and transcendental world. So the Rudra Shiva is in the borderline of material and transcendental. And so in the borderline, on the left side of that borderline is the material world, where all the creation happens through the Rudra Tattva. And Lord Shiva and Mahamaya's unity that makes the living entities. So that is totally contaminated with tamagun. And on the right side of that borderline is a whole a transcendental, where Shadashiv concept is there. So that's why Lord Shiva Tattva has three parts. That's what he mentioned. But I remember the Rudra Tattva and Shadashiv. So it is, that's why what people ask Lord Shiva's, that part, that is whole, are belongs to the Rudra Tattva. And when Shadashiv, the Lord Vishnu's expansion, Ananta Shesha also compared to the Rudra Tattva, that is totally transcendental of Lord Shiva, and he is the Krishna Das that time. Back to you, Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you for adding that, Mataji. Okay, let's read next verse, text 81.
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Dhanavad pranam to Prabhuji and Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Text 81. Krishna preme unmatto bihobal digambor. Krishna guno lila gaye nache nirantar. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. Intoxicated by ecstatic love for Lord Krishna, he becomes overwhelmed and incessantly dances without clothing and sings about Lord Krishna's qualities and pastimes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Krishna preme unmatta, mad in love with Krishna, or love for Krishna. He is singing what? Krishna's guna, lila, guy. His name, his forms, his qualities, dhamma, rupa, guna, lila, right? This is kirtan. Basically, he's teaching us that we should chant and dance, right? Nache nirantara. Right? This is what Prabhupada's mood is, like chant and dance. Chant Hare Krishna, sing about Krishna's qualities, right? Like a madman. Madman means, of course, we are in a preaching society that doesn't mean don't act like a madman, in the sense like we have to have the proper etiquette, right? Proper dress, proper, follow the rules of the world, right? Don't like dance in the middle of the road if there's a traffic causing like a traffic situation. Well, of course, if it's Rath Yatra, it's separate, but we have to. But the point is that always remembering that I am eternal servant of Krishna. That should be our topmost like foundation of identity. Actually, that's a real foundation. Anything else is flimsy. It will shake and break, right? After some time. But if the foundation is Krishna consciousness and Krishna Das, then no one can shake or break it. rather the bhakti will nurture and nourish it. One last verse for today. Let's see if anyone would like to read this one. 82. Yes, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Verse number 82. पिता माता गुरु सखा भाव के नाय कृष्ण प्रेमेर कृष्ण प्रेमेर स्वभाव दास्य भाव से कराय. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. All the emotions, whether those of father, mother, teacher, or friend, are full of sentiments of servitude. That is the nature of love of Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Back to you.
Hare Krishna. Are full of sentiments, all these emotions. So we should also try to develop certain sentiments. I know it may not be easy, but that's the goal, right? So we should have the do's and don'ts, the rituals are there, but we should add the spirit also to it. Spirit added to the ritual makes it spiritual, right? So trying to add those emotions, right? It's hard, correct? So in the beginning, it may be just the external. See, adding the sentiment is at the next level. First, the physical level comes, right? Someone says chant Hare Krishna. Okay, chanting. Even the chanting, first you have to like physically try to chant. Physically not feeling spaced out, physically trying to focus, physically not multitasking. All these are physical things. But then we get to the emotional level. Emotional level is really praying, Krishna, please help me. Please engage me in your service. Please help me overcome these material challenges. Trying to develop a connection, genuinely praying, right? Genuinely praying. When we offer something genuinely as you know, as Krishna is listening, watching, hearing, hearing us. It's not just some statue. Mm. So heart to heart. And then he'll also reciprocate. Of course, I'm just saying it for my purification and then so I can cry. But at least we should aspire. Any thoughts, comments here? So here Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the last almost 20-25 verses from text 53 onwards till almost 82, so 30 verses, he's talking about the Dasya Bhava, talking about how this Dasya Bhava is so joyful, full of sentiments. Everyone is aspiring, whether for father, mother, teacher, friend, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Lord Indra, Lord Balram, etc. Any comments, thoughts, questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, for first time I am going through the Caitanya Caritamrita with all of your association. It's very amazing, Prabhuji. The verses and the meaning all are very nice.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. This is your thank you for regularly joining and encouraging us. You know, just by mere joining, we are encouraging each other. Because alone it's hard for anyone to continue bhakti.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for always you are guiding us and eager to increase our bhakti.
Hare Krishna. So, anything else before we stop for today?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Very nicely you explained about crying for Krishna, like ask Krishna, talk to Krishna about give me bhakti, please engage me in bhakti. Talking to him, talking to the deities, Prabhuji is so important. And here, Srila Advaita Acharya, how deep his calling. So he called the Lord and Lord came to this world. How much he cried for him, how much affection, how much love he has. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he's a Kaviraj. His slokas are, he's a Kaviraj. So he's the king of the poets. So he's described so beautifully in this Caitanya Caritamrita, writing it with humbleness and giving to all the people in this world this nectar, Prabhuji. It's amazing. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Very well. Wonderful. Thank you. So we'll continue tomorrow. We'll pause here. Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Mahashaya Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Caritamrita Ki Jai. Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Samaveta Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhubhya eva cha. Titanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
People.
Prabhuji.